Okay, when I'm doing my bolting up, anything 150 and below, I always do it in the centre of the timber. Anything bigger than that, I'll be inclined, not only when I stagger them, do 25% up and then 25% down. Also, I'll use a bigger spade bit so the head of the dome head will sink in, so my plasterboard won't run straight up and won't touch the dome heads. Good little tips. Okay, jiffy hangers, 47s and 50 mils. When it comes to the doubles, what I've seen so far is 100. I've never seen 94s. So what I do is I get a 6mm bit of timber and I'll put that down the back of the hanger. I'll put that tight, because what I want to do is keep that square, because if you push it in from the sides, this bows and it affects the plasterboard line. And what I've started doing is, on ceilings where the plasterboard's going straight on, I'm not so fussed on this because I've got a 50mm Celotex and it won't notice. But what I've been doing is just running 1.5 mm over 2.5 inches of my trimmer, so I can move that up a touch so everything works flush and nothing bows that plasterboard and it doesn't pop in the heads and the plasterboard screws. Low pitched roof. I want to stop that spread falling out and I want the weight to go down. So there's 3 ways I do it. A lot of the roofs I've done, I've just put a batten or a 2x2 on the wall, and I've done that so it sits on top of the batten. A lot of times they want a hanger, so that top works in really well. I've done it like this for a reason. I've sat it on the plate, so that'll take the weight. But what I want is a plasterboard line to come out across like that, so it isn't the sharpest point. All the electrics can run through there. So the plasterboard line will come out, so it hits the trimmer, and then down 100mm, and I'll have a sharp straight line on the plasterboard, and that'll work well. Velux openings. I've got a really easy, simple way of doing it. On the top of my rafter, we'll go in, draw a line, same, draw a line, put 2 nails in, both sides, push the trimmer to it. I concentrate on getting one side done first to suit the double rafter or triple rafter, and then I'll play around with this. Sometimes if there's a twist, what I do is get like a timber lock, and I'll put a piece of timber in and I'll hold the timber to suit, so I can get that all lined up and it sits nice and tight and keeps everything square for when I do the Veluxes. Velux opening. I've always left 10mm gap all the way around just so I can get them square, and I've got a bit of play on the Veluxes. And for expansion, I've started leaving 20mm so that I can get Celotex and tie it around the Velux so there's no cold spots, and then I can pack out on top of that or use bigger insulation, and then I can get my plasterboard straight in the groove all the way around the Velux opening, and it's nicely insulated on the timber. Okay, nice little low level pitch roof. We couldn't quite get the pitch we needed, and to lift it up high we wouldn't get the lead detail. So it was a choice between lifting it up and not getting the lead detail, or getting a lead detail and not having the pitch. So what I've done is, I've done it so I've got 100mm lead, and the builder control's happy with that, and it just works out a couple of degrees lower on the pitch. But as long as we overlap them tiles more, and the breathable membrane paper that we put on first, we can overlap that. He's happy with that, so it's a bit of a compromise, because unless you're going to go back to the drawing board and start with Juliet balconies, there's not much you can do. So it's just a bit of common sense really, to try and overcome it. Okay, I put a laser level from one end to the other end and just put like a date and mark on the blockwork, and then I measure to the plate and see how straight and level the plate is, and then I will measure from my datum line to the top of the plate, and I do that as various points every metre or so. And if I've got to cut a wedge in there, I cut a wedge, so not only is that level and straight all the way across, but what I want to do is take any of the bow out of the timber so it's perfectly straight all the way through. And when I'm doing my plate, one's parallel from the building, I'll make sure that that's parallel with the plate. We had about 15mm difference here, so that's okay. So if that's 15mm, I just move the plate in 7mm one end, 7mm the other end, split the difference. Any more than that and I'll be inclined to start doing them individually on the rafters. Builder control may have sent doubles on the side of his Veluxes, but the reasonably long spans is quite a low pitch. I was more comfortable with putting a triple in for the size of the Velux. even though I don't think the Velux is going to be much more weight than the tiles. But big spans, windows, the weight, got the doubles and all the singles coming off of it. It's just easy to put the next one in if you're uncertain. Just because it says in a drawing, it don't mean it's right.